Have you guys heard about the astronauts stuck on the moon?
Yes.
Or stuck in space, I think.
What?
Space, yeah.
Yes.
So there are 2 astronauts stuck in space. I wish I knew their names. We're going to pop up the article, the
Yeah.
New York Times article.
They've
right
been there for a couple of months now.
there. Yeah, and they're going to be stuck there until February.
How long
Yeah.
were they supposed to be there?
I think it was a quick trip.
Oh.
They're supposed to go up and back, and then something happened to where they kind
This
of
is
got
all
lost. up there.
NASA's fault. It's all fucking NASA's fault.
Mhm.
I
Always.
think.
Just kidding.
Sorry,
No, well,
allegedly.
Well, SpaceX is trying to help out, and I think
So
that's who's
SpaceX
yeah.
is stepping up. But the real question is, how are they grooming themselves? Let's not get into that yet.
Good thing we have a biochem groomer here to figure that stuff out.
Well, good thing I study astronaut hair, and I'm ready to talk to you about that today.
Here we go. Let's get to the show.
Yeah, this is my topic of my niche spot that I'm ready to talk about.
Let's get to the show.
No gravity hair.
Gravity. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Manly Things,
Sort of.
podcast where we're talking men's fashion, and we've got grooming today. Probably one of the more important things, I think, right?
Everyone that I talk to after we do a grooming episode is like, these are the better ones. Fashion's
Honestly,
boring.
yeah. We have the lovely Emily Zempel here.
Let's
Hello.
go, baby.
My name's Evan Simonich, celebrity menswear stylist. Sally.
My name is Sally. I make a living off of stitching footballs together. It's
You do
really
this one.
tedious, really difficult, but I get the job done.
It's a busy time of year for him. College football is back.
Dude, let's go. Who? What?
Yeah.
Emily? What do you...
Hook 'em horns.
Oh,
Yeah, you
we
said
should
you went to a
watch-
Texas game yesterday.
Yeah, my boyfriend was a Texas school goer, and so now I support Hook 'em horns.
Solid.
That's as much as I know.
Good. That's fine. We're gonna shut down the sports talk there.
Yeah, both
but-
of us are in the fucking
Hell
clouds
yeah.
with
Perfect.
that.
Yeah.
No, Emily and I worked together a handful of times, like around the COVID time. It's been a
And
while
before,
since.
I
Yeah,
think,
and before,
too.
yeah, with Storm. It's been a minute since I've seen you. It was
Yeah.
lovely to see you again.
You too.
But yeah, you're always a great groomer to be around. I told them, I was like getting them ready for who we were gonna have today, and when Biochem came, like you know your Instagram bio and all that kind of stuff says you're a Biochem
Yes.
studier person.
Yes.
Yeah, and you were even like studying on set, so we'll get into all that stuff.
Yeah,
but
I've been waiting for this interview all week because I'm so excited to. We always talk about the psychology of fashion and why people make decisions, but to hear the science behind like grooming and skincare and haircuts and styling and everything is, I can't wait to dig into your brain.
I'm so glad you guys want to hear about that because that's the kind of stuff I can talk about like for days.
Good.
Yes.
Good. What got you? When did you start grooming? Like, where'd you begin with all that?
Goes way back to I cut off a girl's ponytail in middle school in the bathroom, and that was because I had been cutting everyone's bangs for a while, and she found out about it. Her mom was like, "You can't cut your hair," and it was down to her butt.
Holy shit,
She's
dude.
sweating, you
That's a
know,
lot of
like
trust.
too much hair. And I said, like, if you want to cut your hair, you should be able to cut your hair. Why would your mom be able to tell you you're not allowed to do that? You know, being 11 years old. And so we cut it off in the bathroom. And then after that, and it was such like a incredible feeling. Like she looked in the mirror. She was so happy. And she was like, I feel so good. And was shaking her hair. And after that, I started cutting more hair in more bathrooms. Parents were not a big fan of me. And then I got a little spinny chair for my garage. My aunt gave it to me from Craigslist, and I started cutting hair on that. My dad then installed heat in our garage because we lived in a cold place. You guys don't know where I'm from yet.
We'll get to
okay,
the
yeah.
point, yeah.
And then I was able to cut hair in my garage year round from the time I was like 13 or 14, made a living off of that, and then moved out to LA. And so that's kind of how I started hair.
This is interesting because both of you have these like extremely poignant moments where you came to and realized that you wanted to be into clothing and fashion and you wanted to cut hair. Do you know his story?
I remember hearing it from you, like when we first met, because I remember thinking like, what, you have such like an authentic story to the reason you're doing this,
that's nice
but
to hear,
it was
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Remind me like what the moment was for you.
I'm trying to think of what the moment was.
You were hanging out in someone's car and you were wearing that Echo shirt.
Yeah, there's no way you would have known that story. But yeah, I was really young, and someone said that like you dress differently than people were around, and that ever since that I was like, okay, let's always try and dress a little differently. But
that's cool.
Yeah, that's.
It shows the amount of passion that both of you have, and I'm again super excited to get into.
Do you want to guess where she's from? You go first.
Right. So now's the point where we actually get to learn who Emily
Yeah.
is. First, we have a guessing game. So I think she comes from the biochemistry bearing state of Florida.
Whoa.
Wait, she said cold. Fuck.
Yeah, you're
Strong.
right.
You only
Florida,
get one
final
guess.
answer.
Only one guess.
I was gonna say it's got to be like Minnesota or Wisconsin.
You got it, Minnesota.
Minnesota,
yeah.
Oh yeah, way out
It's the
there
way
up
you
north. That's where we're
yeah,
from.
the way you
when you hear those A's and O's, that's
yeah,
Minnesota.
that's what it was. Yeah.
So what happened in Minnesota until the point of cutting that ponytail off?
Was growing up and playing in the dirt, playing with frogs. I was a big outdoorsy kid, still am. And I played a lot of sports, just soccer, gymnastics, track, and was running around having fun being a kid.
And then how did cutting hair come into it?
Then I was just always a little bit flying by the seat of my pants, and I liked big change and stuff like that. I was always an artist, always painting, always drawing. My grandpa was an artist, and my aunt is also a painter and makes jewelry, incredible artist. And so I had art all around me growing up, and it made me feel really relaxed and calm and in my happiest setting whenever I was doing art and like outside. And so it all kind of came together when I realized I was kind of good at cutting hair and I was painting, and that's kind of how grooming came in, because makeup came so naturally, because it's just, I got my 3 primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and that can then create every skin tone you ever need, no matter how gross the foundation color is that you get from the store. If it doesn't match, you can then make someone match their skin tone using the primary colors. And that was that was like my biggest strength as a makeup artist. And I love doing men's specifically because the focus is usually just enhancing exactly who you are, not putting any paint over it or changing anything. Usually it's just like bringing out any natural beauty in someone, and that's what I like most about men's grooming. And so yeah, it all kind of started coming together. I was surrounded by a bunch of boys. I had 2 brothers. All their friends were always over at our house. All my cousins were boys, and so I would be doing their hair, and we had a lot of art in our family. So that's kind of how it all came together. It just made sense to cut hair, and I would always be doing makeup projects with my friends, like on the side, like making potions, making hair potions, skin potions out of my mom's stuff, because she never cared about beauty. She was like, yeah, play with my stuff. She was so relaxed. So I just had so much stuff to play with when I was a kid.
So you dipped into it a little bit with like the primary colors and having a world to work off of from those 3 points.
Such a good way to describe it. Yeah.
How, like, so then schooling, because obviously you're a biochem student now, which where?
I'm at Cal State LA now.
Let's
I just
go Cal
transferred.
State LA, baby.
Woo, Golden Eagles.
Nice.
Were you a grade A student? Were you a bad student?
Oh no.
Yeah, this is interesting. So how was school growing up?
It's my life now is so much different than then. But yeah, definitely in middle school, high school, I really struggled with anything academic.
Girl, me too. I get it.
I was in special classes for reading because I wasn't up to the speed of other kids. Like, and no matter how hard I would try with math and reading, I could not get to my grade level. And I mainly just focused on sports and art because I really struggled in the other parts. And So then I was like, you know what? It just feels right to immerse myself in art. Like I have really tried in the other areas, but it didn't feel like it was flowing. And I'm very much so about like move in the direction that it feels right for you and like enhances who you are. Like go in the places you're loved, move in the places you feel strong. And that's what art felt like to me. And so I didn't focus too much on the fact that I wasn't great at math and science because I knew I was really strong in art. And I had really supportive people around me. Nobody was like, I mean, I got the comments of, you'll never make more than $30,000 as a hairstylist a year or whatever. Like, and because you always hear that growing up, but never from my parents or people that I cared about and loved. It was always just like maybe a cranky teacher, you know? So my family was always like, yeah, go after it. Like, this is what you love and you're great at it and it's natural. So I knew I wanted to move to California since I was like a little kid. My grandma was always like, you're going to move to California as soon as you can. I was like, that's right. Because I like the sun and you can only be outside so long in Minnesota for the 2 months that
So
it's hot
I hear.
out. But it's a beautiful state. I miss it a lot. But yeah, definitely it's painful to live in year round. And so everything kind of felt like it came together with, I loved art, loved grooming, loved haircuts, and Los Angeles is a huge industry for beauty. So that's kind of, and I always told everybody, I started going to school at Aveda right when I finished high school. And that was a year of really rigorous, like on the floor, 11 hours a day. While all my friends were partying in college, I was just on the salon floor, but I was loving it.
Out here in LA?
In Minnesota still.
Okay. Like Aveda the brand, Aveda.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they have a school for the cosmetology.
Okay.
So that's where I got my cosmetology license. And the whole year I was there, I would tell everybody I met, I'm moving to Los Angeles the day I graduate. And funny enough, I moved to Los Angeles the day after I graduated.
Wow.
And it was a pretty unique scenario. But it's a long story, but I basically found a babysitting gig that allowed me to live in a penthouse in Beverly Hills for free as long as I did this girl's hair and makeup. And
You're
like,
babysitting
nannied
the
her
girl
a
that you
little
were
bit.
doing the
yeah,
hair and
she
makeup.
was 15 at the time.
Wow.
And she was a nice girl and we got along really well. And her mom was still living with her part-time, but sometimes would have to go back to Minnesota. That's kind of how the connection was. So I did that for 4 months. And then I was working a full-time other job on the side for Kate Somerville Skincare in their digital marketing. I somehow got that job. I was not qualified.
Whoa, dude.
So that was when I was 18 or 19. And then a year later, after doing a bunch of working for free all the time, trying to get my foot in the door with the money I had like saved up from doing hair at home, I had a little buffer for like 6 months that I could be working until I found like something that would carry me. And about a year and a half in, my agent found me and I got an email from him, Matt Bauer at Exclusive Artists, and he literally catalyzed my whole career. He saw potential in me and put trust in me and gave me good clients from the start. And I started there and I've been with Exclusive Artists ever since. And I work with all the other agents there now too. But that was 7 years ago maybe. And I'm so grateful for them because
I can understand why.
there was a lot of hustle before
man.
that. It was
awesome.
a scary hustle too, you know, when you're on your own and you're that young. I didn't know how to stand up for myself yet in terms of financial, like what to ask for, what was appropriate, what was like set etiquette. I was definitely flying by the seat of my pants. And when I found them, they were like a security. And it felt like all that hard work paid off in the perfect timing. I had just quit my stable, like full-time office job 2 weeks before because I was like, you know what? I just got to pull the plug on it and go full into hair and makeup, even though I wasn't sure if I had the security yet. And 2 weeks later, I got that email and I was like,
Man.
that was a poignant moment in my life that changed direction and gave me a lot more security and ability to focus on the art versus all the money managing and finance part where I was never interested in all of that. I just wanted to go paint and make people feel really good. And so that,
And here we are now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. How did you? So did he just start booking you with clientele? Like that's how you kind of built your roster up, was just random jobs?
Yeah, and prior to that, I had assisted on a bunch of music videos, and just like little set gigs, and photo shoots, a lot for free. And so I'd built somewhat of a book there. And then when I started with him, he was able to get me just so much more structure in my career, and jobs that were like, here's your rate, here's where you're going to be this day, here's what you're going to do, and this is the time you have to be there. And I just got to go do art, and yeah, it was pretty wonderful.
Yeah, that's awesome. So well, obviously I want to talk more about the grooming, and because obviously you work with both men and women. Yeah. You said you prefer working with men?
Yes. Okay. Definitely. I'm pretty much almost completely grooming, just grooming now. And that was because I started doing hair and makeup for women. And I loved it at the time. I really did. And it became, sometimes I had a lot of stress sometimes in those jobs when I had to put a ton of makeup on someone, do super big glam. Even after that, it looks great on camera, but people usually look in the mirror and it sometimes don't feel great because they're like, it's caked on, but then it's asked for on camera, and it just didn't feel, it's not who I am to do it. And it's an incredible art, but you're good at it if you're passionate about it. I was really good at it when I was passionate about it, and as soon as the values changed and in certain things in my life, I was like, this doesn't feel like what I should be doing anymore. And I want to go back to what made me love this. And that was when someone looks in the mirror after their haircut and they're like, I'm going to go into my next 3 months, like so good. Like, and I feel awesome and like a new person. That's what I wanted to do again.
That MO, that sort of statement, I feel like connects to your drive in biochem, where like something so simple looking, like just a regular man's haircut or just a very simple like makeup cleanup, there's so much detail and so much to perfect that. And I'm interested now, stepping over the line, do you implement your learning in your biochemistry journey into what you're doing for entertainment?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a whole new foundation to stand on for my entire life, and health. My health has increased so much because, like, it's cheesy to say, but knowledge is power. And like, I really lacked understanding of nutrition, and nutrition's like number one to me. And because it comes out in your skin, in your hair, in your health, in how you interact, how your mental health is, physical health. And so what you said is exactly correct. And like, I have never thought about it that way, even where I really do care about, I'm studying cellular mechanisms.
I was going to say, can you define what you're studying in biochemistry?
Yes. So I'm studying biochemistry for like research in preventative medicine. I want to be advancing research in preventative medicine. Preventative medicine, for anyone that hasn't read about it infinitely, like I read about every day, basically it's how you can support your body or your immune system to be the best it can for you, like without, I'm not talking about taking pills and that kind of stuff. I'm talking about what foods boost up the parts that I'm lacking in, just in a simple terms like that.
We're not talking, like, medicine isn't talking about pills. It's sort of the general idea of helping yourself with supplements in any form.
Preventative, right? So we're preventing having to go through chronic illnesses in the future if we can. Like 86% of Americans right now are on 1 or 2 prescriptions for chronic illnesses. And that is something, and that's researched. That's from a paper. And I can give the source if I need to.
Yeah,
but it's sad because sometimes these things really can be prevented, but with no knowledge about nutrition, it's kind of hard to prevent coronary artery disease. It's hard to prevent arthritis or Alzheimer's if you don't know what are beneficial ways to prevent it, there's a lot of diseases that are early you can define before they're going to happen, because you can look at your genetics, your family history, and you can sometimes predict what you might be predisposed to. And there are clear ways that we can benefit our body to kind of maybe delay when those diseases will set in or affect us. And that's the kind of stuff I'm interested in studying. And that's a long-winded explanation. I apologize. But kind of that's what I'm passionate about. And a direct example is like, say you have disease X and you're taking a bunch of medications that might not be working. A lot of times there are like foods that might support your body in ways that will make the medication effective. But if you're eating foods that are degrading the effects that the medication is supposed to be doing, you're just paying a lot of money to then not have benefits. And it's probably something you're not aware of. And so I am passionate about giving people the knowledge that they can afford to benefit their bodies so that they can heal, be informed on how to heal.
It sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like there's more of a holistic approach in your studies.
Definitely.
And I'm curious, stepping back over that line, other than cutting hair, doing their makeup, do you implement any of your ideas about nutrition and these superfoods or foods that do help other than taking medicines? Do you offer this information or strategies long-term with the clients that you work with?
Definitely, in terms of, I just have open discussions. Like I'm still in my third year of school in biochemistry, so I can't obviously give any real advice yet. But what I do like to talk about is just question people on, like, I have really open conversations. The other day I was talking to a client and he's had arthritis for a long time. And he's like, nothing's working. I'm taking all these pills. And by the way, I fully support conventional medicine. The things I talk about are alongside treatment. I'm always like this alongside treatment. I'm not at all in the mindset that treatment is wrong or medication is wrong. I support that and trust it. I think we need to focus on like how to build our bodies in ways that are going to make those treatments effective versus the opposite. So I just asked my client, like, what are you eating? Do you have a regimen of what you're eating? Do you know if any of the foods that you're eating have like bad effects with your ailment, because that's kind of where to begin. It's what our body is fueled from. 100% is the food we put in it. Mm-hmm. So if you're not putting in stuff that's going to heal you, you're not gonna see improvement. You have to do both parts. And so sometimes doctors don't have all the time in the day to sit down and talk to a client about what your diet is. You have to usually schedule another appointment to do that. I want to be in the future providing super user-friendly, digestible information of just how to go about supporting your body from a certain diagnosis, from a nutritional aspect, most likely. Not for sure, but that's kind of the route I'm headed in. I'm really passionate that not everybody has access to healthcare and booking a bunch of appointments with specialists. And I think everybody deserves to have the information it takes to support your health. So I do talk to clients about that kind of stuff all the time, more so in just the mindset of what are you doing for your body, and how are you feeling? And in terms of skincare, always talking about like how you can improve.
So sorry to interrupt, so all of that being said, how do you implement with the product that you use? So, because you obviously don't want to use anything that's going to damage the skin or hair. Yeah. Is that a big focus on your career as a groomer?
Yes. And that's why I have a small kit. And sometimes people will walk in and be like, that's all you have? And I'm like, yes, because I don't need all the stuff that has all the scents and all the chemicals. Like I have products that I know work that I've used for 8 years. I buy new ones, obviously, and replace. But
you can name brands too if you want to.
Yes. If you want to gatekeep, go ahead.
No, I have no desire to gatekeep. But I love brands like Living Proof. They have a team of many brands do, but they're specifically they have scientists that work with them that ensure that the products are cleared and healthy to be like breathe in, and because what's on your head, you're literally soaking in through your skin. What's on your face, you're soaking in. It's in our brains right here. It's important. And so I talk to their brand a lot, and they're really good about making sure their stuff is clean. I also like I can't think of any other brands off the top of my head at the moment, but definitely like I just focus on no scent is kind of like the number one for me, or like a low natural scent.
Is that by like, do men request no scent, or is that by your knowledge?
That's from what I've learned. Typically, any sort of fragrance is usually the most toxic aspect of a product. So you can avoid a lot of toxicity by avoiding that. You think about when you spray like a heavy cologne or perfume, you usually get a headache, or if you're around someone, and that's because you're getting stressed. And I don't want to say anything that is incorrect medically.
Stop spraying yourself with so much fucking perfume.
There's a reason we get headaches from stuff like that, and I don't know the exact reason, but that's the kind of stuff I'm interested in studying, and like so that we can talk about it in a concise way so that we know why we're avoiding it, especially when it's something simple as that. You can use a natural oil instead of some heavy perfume that you might be getting bad effects in your body from.
So when you work as a men's groomer, are you doing events, red carpets?
Yes, primarily.
And walk me through your process. You walk into the room, what's the first thing you do?
First thing I do is, well, before I walk in, I always I pray or set an intention, meditate on, I really hope at the end of this appointment, this person comes out feeling better than they've ever felt. They're happy and confident and ready to like go talk about their project. They're ready to go like talk about the thing they've been working on for so long, and feel good in their skin doing that. Don't have to. The goal is that they're not going to be thinking about what do I look like? What does my hair look like? They're just like, I look good, and I'm ready to go talk about what I care a lot about. And so I always do that before going in. When I walk in, say hello. Usually the first thing I ask is, do you have any skin sensitivities or allergies? Clarify that first, and then and most people have sensitive skin. That's usually everyone knows. It's always like, no, but I have sensitive skin, and I'm like, okay, interesting. Everyone does, I guess. So
there's so many sensitive skin products out there that we're all just like, yes, me.
Seriously.
Exactly. So then I get started with out of like a 30-minute appointment, probably 10 minutes of that is usually me doing like a massage on the face, like usually lymphatic drainage, because we get really puffy, and just simple movements like this. We have one or two veins right here that if you just push up and then you go do this to your scalp, like it helps drain some fluids from your face. This pressure point, and then pulling up, and then here we hold a lot of lymphatic fluids. I don't know if that's the word for it, but whatever. Here, and then draining it down. Those movements lift a face physically. Like you can see a difference if you take a before and after picture. Because like the rest of our body, we're moving all day. Like it's good to also move and work our face.
It's like stretching.
It's blood flow,
yeah,
we're getting the blood flowing, so it really does help volume. And also it feels great and it's relaxing. Massaging the masseters right here is usually everybody's favorite part. We all get TMJ. And so that is usually the most important part of my grooming, and I do it with usually 2 to 4 different moisturizing products, and an SPF. And then I go use a RCMA palette to do concealers and things like that. And sometimes I'll have like a lavender essential oil just because it's relaxing, and my hands are always right here. Or eucalyptus,
on
something
you.
like
You'll
that.
put that on you?
Yes, because then it's right
Smart.
here in front of their
Genius.
face, and it's like, I always tell them, like, you relax right now. This is a good time to relax before it's all chaos.
Yeah.
And hopefully not, but and then I brush up the eyebrows, do all that kind of stuff, and do the hair. And that usually comes with some sort of a scalp massage too, because we need movement, blood flow here. It's really good for the scalp. And if we're not like exfoliating our scalp, that's where we put the most product usually, and it's always the clogging products like clays or pomades or gels. And so a lot of like bad scalp health comes from not exfoliating the scalp enough, and you just need like a bristle brush and some shampoo, and that's pretty good. You can use clarifying shampoos too, but that's a big part of my routine as well. At Aveda, they stress that that's one of the most important things you can do as a hairstylist, because people a lot of times forget to do it on their own. So it's kind of like a good reminder of like this, you should be doing this. And that just gets the blood flowing and makes the whole body feel better when you start having a little bit of massage here and around the neck areas. And I do some simple grooming or whatever their hair may need, and then usually talk to them for a bit and head out, or help them with some styling stuff if they're confused. And I'm like, I'm not a stylist.
You're trying to take our jobs.
No, but here's the thing. Wait, here's the thing. Every time I recommend something, the stylist always recommends the opposite.
Yeah, they're like,
because
thank you, Emily.
We're am not a stylist, and I know nothing about fashion.
No, you're fine.
I know what I like, but usually I'm not correct. And so it's always funny. I'm like, I could never do what you guys do. I genuinely am always wrong.
Well, I couldn't do what you just said. Yeah,
that's why we all need each other.
Yeah, right. You would never put lavender on your wrist.
No, but it's a great idea. I might just like start spraying. That's my new scent. Lavender.
Yeah.
Does your agent pitch you with all like with that whole routine that you do? I know Sonia Lee. You know who Sonia Lee is?
Yes.
She's known for doing
groomer
like,
of all time.
Yeah, she's known for doing like Reiki before and after some and I've been around. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah.
And I feel like people know it because she gets pitched like that. Does your agent pitch you knowing that you will do all those things?
I don't think they know I do that, actually.
Wow. It's not a bad idea just to let them know, like, hey, I obviously do these things to relax my clientele.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I should talk to them about it. I don't think I've ever told them that I do that.
Your explanation.
But I learned it from Sonia. Like, I remember her saying to me, I think it was her maybe, or I just watched her do it, but some groomer once said to me, it might have been her, that one of the most important things you can do in men's grooming is make sure you're giving like a nice facial massage, because otherwise men's grooming appointment can be really quick and fast, and like women get this whole treatment of usually like an hour to 2 hours for hair and makeup, whereas men have a lot less time there. So something you can do on top of that to really give them a good experience as well is a facial massage. And some groomers do like hands and all that kind of stuff. Usually I haven't gotten into doing that yet, but yeah, Sonia is incredible. Being around her doing grooming is relaxing. And that's how powerful her grooming is.
Yeah. We've had Justin Min on, and that's one of Sonia's clients. And I'll walk into the hotel room or his house, and there'll be like almost like spa type music going while she's prepping him and like doing like arm stuff. And it's like, that's relaxation.
Yeah. And again, your explanation is like top of the line here in the city of Los Angeles, the city of celebrities, like pitching yourself as this anomaly where like you have this biochemistry background will only benefit you. Take advantage of that.
Yeah, definitely. I should talk to my agency about that and be like, we can put that on there, you know?
So obviously with the grooming career, you have a full-blown career like now and ahead, obviously. What's the end game for the biochem stuff? So you're about to graduate here in the next year. Where do you want to go with that?
Straight into graduate school, most likely.
Wow. Right. That's a dumb question.
No, it's not, because
I'm saying like, what's the end game? Like you already have a career. Now, I'm not like shitting on any dreams, obviously, but like I just want to know why.
Because so after this depends on where I'm at in life in terms of if I'm ready to start a family once I graduate, or if I'm still in a place where I'm like, it's still time to grind, I'll just continue through school, because I always knew starting school later in life, because I started when I was 24, that maybe I'll just maybe I will continue graduate school after having a family. But so my goal, though, overall, in terms of this, is I want to be contributing to research in preventative medicine, putting out information that is super easy to digest for any level of education. Here is how you can benefit your immune system if you have this specific diagnosis, because we're all so confused when you get a new diagnosis. What do I do next? How do I manage this? Do I have to have 8 other appointments? I'm going to Google the crap out of it, but I want peer-reviewed, easy to digest, user-friendly content where people can just click through and they know it is doctor approved and it's not just some gibberish that anybody came up with. And that would be working with a large team of experts, not just me, obviously, but it's my mission. So that's what I want to be doing with that. And that I plan on doing alongside grooming. I love both careers because grooming is my creative. It's what I'm so naturally happy in and strong at. And then biochemistry is like my lifelong desire to learn how to be healthy. And that hopefully I want to be a voice where if someone has questions about what can I do, I want to be able to be someone that has the knowledge to say, like, here's what you can eat that will benefit your immune system alongside of this treatment you're receiving. I have a lot of people. I have one person very close to me that recently was diagnosed with cancer. He is cancer-free now.
That's great.
But I remember being so scared at that moment and being like, I have no idea what to do. Now I know how to go into research and I'm learning more about how to then digest it and apply it in ways where I can say this mechanism is what kind of a big part of what happens in this disease. And here's maybe some ways that we can alleviate some certain things with nutrition in terms of if you're getting a lot of inflammation or headaches, here's an anti-inflammatory type of food. It has good benefits, antioxidants, things like that prevent bad damage to DNA. I'm not saying anything definitively. I'm a student.
No, hey, I mean, you shut me up.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. No, that kind of stuff is what I want to be able to give. And alongside making people feel good with hair and makeup. So I see them as two separate careers, but both very much so, like a lot of overlap in terms of what I care about and what I want to talk about on a daily basis. I want to talk about health and things that are making people feel good. And both my jobs, I want to do that, studying health in a healthy way.
Everything that you're saying about, how you started your statement about why you're studying biochem, how the general public gets a diagnosis and knows nothing to do. Like, I would never think to research what food should I stop eating or what foods should I be eating.
Right.
And it is truly, I think, what we want and need as a society because we're guideless at this point. There's nothing going on for us. You are a multifaceted queen. I'm loving this conversation and I'm truly very excited for this next segment. I'm interested to know about what you think about these guys' skins, their hairs, what you would change, what you love, what you hate.
Yeah, we'll talk about the fashion. We have you here to kind of break down the stuff outside of fashion. Okay, cool. So we have Sacha Baron. I have both these guys together because I thought one is executed better than the other. So Sacha Baron Cohen and Michael Keaton. Now all the festivals are about to start up. Venice, TIFF is about to come up in September, and then we get into award season, and then we're gonna be real busy.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Real busy. Okay, so
we
you have
also as busy.
Yeah, award season is the busy season. Yeah.
Because all these it's not necessarily like the awards. Like you might have someone that's nominated and all that kind of stuff, but it's the parties. It's all like the stuff surrounding that you get hired for, like day
the
job,
lunches,
like
the brunches, the
Exactly,
dinners, the after parties. Like, and you're not invited to the parties. You do the people's makeup for the party.
Get out of there. Yeah. Okay, so with this one, we have Michael Keaton in an all navy look, navy bow tie, shirt, tuxedo, and a shawl collar, and then we have Sacha Baron Cohen, all black. Sally, I'm interested to hear what you have to say. Who you like more?
I've been really into navy blue recently, and I think Michael Keaton is only sort of validating my preference. I really like the contrast between the lapel and the actual jacket. I don't know if it's lighting or if it's fabrics, but it's really beautiful. And then you have that really nice mid-tone navy as the base layer with the shirt and the bow tie. Are the shoes black?
The shoes are black. That's a tough part to go full monochromatic, especially with like a patent tuxedo shoe like that. But yeah,
I at this point am over a monochromatic black look.
Yeah,
I've seen it every award season. No one's doing it too differently.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much you can do. It's all black. Yeah, we get it. You know,
it's classic. I don't think it's right for 99% of the red carpets, you should really only wear like an all red black look for like what the fucking Oscars or something.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. No, it honestly doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. But I agree. I think Michael Keaton executed this perfectly. I think it's just a change in fabrics, which is why you're getting the different colors. I thought the tailoring in this is better with Keaton because with the tuxedo, it's like the pants actually supposed to hit the shoe. There really shouldn't be any break. And with Sasha, you see that there's a little bit of a break on that side. But are you pissed as a groomer if you're scrolling through Wire or any images and stuff, and you see that your guy's wearing glasses? Like, is that annoying to you at all or no?
You can't really use the images much anymore. I feel like it won't have
that's
that
so
like
true,
I did, But also no, I don't get upset at all. I'm always like whatever that person felt good on the carpet with.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy with. Like if the stylist said wear glasses, I'm like wear glasses. Like I bet it looks good.
Okay.
Something similar between you two is like your end goal is for your client to feel good.
100%.
Which I never ever in my wildest dreams thought that was like someone in entertainment's end goal, to feel good and be yourself.
Yeah.
It just.
Well, it's basically customer satisfaction, right? Where like you're doing a job helping someone else, and if that person's not happy with it, you obviously didn't do a good job. But if that person's happy with it, you did a good job. So you feel like your job's complete, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So someone balding like Michael Keaton here.
Yeah.
Are you're full on like doing makeup on the head?
Sometimes.
And all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Sometimes definitely. I definitely moisturize, but then the number one thing if someone is balding, usually putting anti-shine on the areas that they're
anti-shine.
specifically like self-conscious
God,
about.
I gotta fucking use it. Don't ask what's under here.
Oh my god. It's the best because it's just like it brings less draw to the head, and because a lot of times like when the sun directly hits the top of the head, like you'll get like a gleam there, and you want the eyes to be drawn to the eyes or the outfit, the face, rather than the top of the head. And so anti-shine is number one. There is anti-shine for light skin, medium skin, and dark skin, and you cannot use like any anti-shine on dark skin, otherwise it'll make someone look really ashy. So that's a incredibly critical part of anti-shine, because sometimes you can't see it up close, but then when they get on the carpet, you could totally make someone look completely washed out if you're not using a tonal anti-shine. Right. So that's the number one thing with anyone that has like any balding areas, for sure.
What about older gentlemen? Not to keep us from moving on to the next
you're
people,
fine.
But like, do you treat age as a different variable when starting your session with your clients?
Yes. I have different moisturizers, different oils, different types for any sort of difference in skin tone or texture of what moisturizers I might be using, whether it's gel-based, oil-based, cream-based, because some people will really absorb like 8 layers of moisture. You need a lot, and for that you want like a good, nice, like even like a snail mucin gel is my favorite for that, because that really sits on the face and slowly seeps in. So someone will get a lot of moisture out of that absorbs it fast, versus someone that has naturally oily skin. If you put oil on their skin or like anything, like you use a cream instead, because then that's just like a nice thin layer and you won't make them look all greasy on camera. For me, I like to use direct oil on my skin, like 2 or 3 layers in the morning, because I get really dry easily, and I absorb that super quickly. But some of my clients, if I did that, they'd look like they're sweating balls on the carpet. So
that's me.
No matter what you do,
it's a good
sweating.
thing. If you get oily, that's a great thing. It means your glands are still producing a lot of oil, sebaceous glands oil, and you're gonna look young and sparkly forever.
Okay.
We're gonna move to a younger guy, Cody Smith McPhee, Mr. Skeleton. He is. I was able to work with him a little bit ago. Skin and bones, man. Skin and bones, but like 6'4". I'm curious to talk to you about his hair. I want to say this is a Versace look. I kind of dig it for a red carpet. He's young. He's always kind of going more towards streetwear. I would imagine he's probably fucking hot. It's in Venice. I think it's on a warm. He's in like a black cardigan, shirt, jeans, and boots.
Looks great. I want that cardigan.
I could see this could be a look that you could rock easily. Again with sunglasses. Sorry, but hair like that. When you come to a client and they have hair like that, Are you looking forward to longer hair or shorter hair? Does it matter to you?
I love hair like that.
Okay,
I love having more versatility in how to style. You can really have versatility in short haircuts too, obviously, but with that hair, I think it's a great cut for him and his face shape. He's like slim face, so it's good to have that volume kind of extending from out the ears, because then you get more of that roundedness versus like elongating the face. If it was like a inch or half inch or inch shorter, I think that would be even better. Be better to give him some structure but still keep it loose. I would probably wash his hair, put some volumizing and thickening mousse in it and texturizing powder, and blow dry it, and then like twirl the curls and maybe tuck it behind his ears nice to make it look sleek. But here it looks like he was going for more of the rocker vibe, so I think it suits him nicely.
I'm seeing almost like a wrestler vibe, like really wet hair.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, definitely. But that hair is so exciting. I would love to work with his hair.
I think I would have preferred your explanation of the hairstyle over this. I understand seeing like a rocker vibe, but do rockers wear cardigans? This guy needs to have his
cardigans.
Hair done.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I liked where he's at. And of course wearing glasses. But you see his skin tone. He's obviously almost like pasty white.
Yeah.
Porcelain. Don't call it pasty.
Porcelain. That's a good way to put it. Do you have to kind of change up how you would do makeup on a person if they're like that porcelain skin?
Yeah, definitely. Like usually there's a lot of like pink undertones when someone has porcelain skin versus most foundations have like tinges of yellow in them. Like no matter how light of a tone your skin is, but when you get to like that porcelain, like you need pinks in it, and that then counteracts any like blueness that you might be getting under the eyes, because a lot of times when someone has very light skin, like you might get more transparency here. There's not as much pigment, melanin. That is what makes our skin darker, is these little cells called melanocytes, I believe. And so that's a fun biochemistry fun fact. They like come up, and that's what gives us more pigment when we're sitting in the sun. They like come to the surface.
No shit.
Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how
We're
it works.
believe anything you say, Emily.
So he doesn't have a ton of pigment blocking the veins, and so it's good to have like a good foundation for that. And usually I focus on like illuminating high points, because you can't add a ton of depth with color.
Speaking of undertones, do you have the eye and the like processing speed to look at somebody and go, okay, they have olive undertones, I'm going to use this product? Or do you have to test things out to see what works?
What I do is I just take my wrist right here, and I take my primary colors, and I hold it by their face, and I just mix up their color on my wrist right here, and then usually it fits perfectly. And that's something I'm very confident in.
It's like your painter.
Yeah, it's my palette right here.
Much better than like.
Sometimes it's not perfect though, and then you gotta just add some more reds or oranges.
But it's better than the manufactured ones that you're getting from just like palettes. I mean, you're truly getting a customized experience with it.
Yeah, but the one hard thing is when people are like, oh, like I want to buy this foundation, and I'm like, oh, there's maybe 18 different products, some illuminating drops and some orange, vibrant things, whatever. But yeah, it's definitely my favorite part about doing makeup is getting someone to feel exactly like, oh, like that looks like my skin 100%. No one can tell I have makeup on. That's why I think I do well in men's grooming as well, because a lot of times people don't want you to necessarily know. Some people don't care, but it's something that I am confident in doing. So yeah. It's a fun thing.
Speaking of that, I think and this isn't no offense to Justin Theroux, but I do think he tends to wear a lot of makeup. And I don't know if it's a self tanner or the guy lives in New York. He ain't this tan. Let's be real. We're moving on to Justin Theroux here, and it's good to see he's wearing sleeves. We have obviously Beetlejuice. He's just a premiere situation, all black that he usually goes for, and leather. It's either going to be all black, leather, no sleeves. Justin Theroux, But I thought he polished up really nicely here in the dressier version. The white tuxedo, I think this is Xenia, and the band collar up top with it almost looks like a priest. He's always going to do something different. White shirt, white jacket, and black trousers and all that. I think it's fine. I think it looks sharp. Tailoring is perfect. Chloe Hartstein is a stylist out in New York. But yeah, in terms of grooming, I feel like he's always. I mean, the hair is blacker than ever. The tan is on point. But yeah, go for
I
it.
don't see anything wrong. I mean, the white and black look I think is really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think the grooming looks okay from here, but when I go over to the Beetlejuice, that again, what the fuck are they doing?
These
with
red carpets, man. This
carpets?
is just straight up grass.
Twisters had that weird.
They're walking on.
like-
Yeah, honestly.
like, what the fuck? Anyway, correct me if I'm wrong, Emily, but like, such heavy contouring on this guy, like on his hairline, on his jawline, or is that just lighting?
I can't tell completely because it could be the lighting, but I like if they have some orange lights coming in from the side or something. It looks like it might be an orange light coming
Oh,
in from
right,
the side
with
because
the
I can see
sleeve, you're
the
right.
Oh yeah,
reflection.
shit. I take it back to old tanning.
But
Shit.
Maybe he had a tanning light at the carpet.
That's what he does every fucking red
That's-
carpet. There's a guy that's
darker.
like,
Yeah,
Wait,
Justin,
really?
Justin. No.
oh, I was like, no.
No.
Wait,
He's supposed to be- he's supposed
I
to
wouldn't
look
put it
really
past
tan.
anyone,
I
you know,
honestly,
like.
yeah.
Right.
Let alone Justin Throw. Yeah.
I think he should grow out his hair
Yeah,
and tuck
honestly.
it behind his ears and change up. It'd be fun to see a little change up in facial hair.
He has, other than like his roles in movies and stuff, he always has this. Like this is obviously his day-to-day go-to look.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, you know,
imagine it tucked behind his ears and just cut really
Yeah.
nice and straight in the back
Yeah.
with like a nice just like heavy matte clay or like a pomade that keeps it back. I feel like it would flip a little bit too, and he's got nice thick hair. And then like yeah, just enhancing his face shape with his facial hair.
yeah, agreed.
He's got a lot of potential. He's got a lot of great hair.
do you
A good
touch
looking
men's
guy.
beards?
Yes, all the time. That is something that I really enjoy about doing men's grooming is how much a face can change by changing the face hair. Like you can give someone like a epic chin. You can give someone an epic chiseled jawline. Like it's really so fun to play with. And I'm loving mustaches right now. So that's something I recommend to my clients all the time. I'm like, have you ever tried a mustache? Like,
Well, so that's what I was going to ask you. Like in terms of trends, are you walking in on a job saying, I noticed this trend, let's try and push it? Or obviously every job is different based off the client you have, and like you'll kind of go with what they're used to and doing.
definitely, if I have an inspiration of something, I'm not usually thinking about trends because honestly, I don't see the trends because I don't use Instagram too much. And you were honestly like a cool influence in the not using Instagram thing. I remember from the start, you were like, you can be successful without an Instagram. And I was like, everyone's told me you have to have an Instagram. And I kind of stopped using Instagram. I don't really use it anymore.
Yes.
And
One person, I affected one person.
it makes my life so much happier not spending
Yeah.
time on posts. Like,
See, and here I'm
Respect.
thinking, like, where can I watch you make these guys
Oh, no.
foundations?
See, that would be like, yeah, people would love to see that kind of thing.
if I had like an assistant that was gonna do it, sure.
Wait, or maybe next time we have you on, you do Sally's stuff,
That'd
and then
be
we really
fun.
do the whole thing. Yeah,
That would
honestly,
be
we should do
fun.
that.
Okay, see you
I
next
would
week.
love to. Okay,
Awards,
grow,
yeah.
grow out facial hair, grow it all out, and we'll do something fun.
Fine.
You know,
love
whatever.
This is fucking great.
I feel like you and I kind of do the same thing. When you said you can give someone the kind of a jaw,
Yeah.
I will go shorter when I'm kind of buzzing my beard. I'll go shorter on like the sideburns and up here, and then leave this a little longer. You do that.
I've been doing a 1.5 guard all the way around, and then a 4 on the
Yeah,
mustache.
sick.
And I try to leave a little soul patch,
I like
but
it.
Yeah.
people have been telling me that it's way too Ron Jeremy, and I should stop doing
Mm.
that.
What?
Right? I think it's the mustache soul patch combo.
Combo.
Yeah.
You have such a strong mustache. Like, speak to him. He
Yeah.
would have like.
It looks
you need to
incredible.
let
I
it
love
grow.
it. I love the mustache.
Thank you very much.
Have you ever had just the mustache?
Yes.
And did you love
I
it? Did you
loved
hate
it.
Okay. Yep.
I think a lot of other people loved it.
Mhm.
There are a handful of people that their opinions matter to me. They didn't love it.
Man, you know
The
what?
one-
But
the
I
one
gotta
person.
tell you, so many people love to hate on the mustache, and
That's
I'm
what I'm
always
saying.
like, there is no facial hair that gives you more character than a mustache. Like
Mm.
if you trim it nicely and keep it good, and keep your hair also groomed nicely, it adds so much style. I think to every outfit, if it is your style, you know,
True,
that
true,
doesn't
true.
go for everybody. But when I do see someone that would look good with a mustache, I always tell them, you should try a mustache.
Who has the best mustache right now?
My boyfriend. He just
Let's
like,
fucking
shaved it up.
go.
He just
Shout
shaved
out
it
to your
up.
Did he have a
boyfriend,
Did he have a
baby.
full on
Justin
beard?
Berman?
Did he have
Yeah.
full on beard and then he like
He's got great facial hair, so he could I've never seen him with like a beard, but like he does the mustache often. He can shave it off and grow it back like thick in 3
respect.
weeks. So it's always fun. He's like a fun canvas for me to like practice different types of things with, because he also lets me do whatever I want. He's like, if you like it, cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, but so many people will be like, you got to shave it off, and then people will look at me and be like, do you like it? Like, and I'm like, I love it. I think it enhances character, and especially when it's that person, if it fits them. That's the person that should have a mustache.
Yeah.
If you got a little funk in you, like.
I always go. I mean, this is not funky at all, but the movie Tombstone with Val Kilmer.
Oh man, I'm bad
The
with names.
mustache
Hold
is
on,
best
I'd
one.
need
Oh,
to
yeah.
see. I'd need to see a reference.
Let me get it up for you.
Yeah, we'll pull it up. Even like if you go to the poster, the main poster, they all have such strong mustaches. Before I did, we are gonna wrap up here in a second. I bypassed. Yeah, you'll show them the.
Oh yeah, that's a great mustache.
Isn't that incredible?
That's a great mustache, and even like the flicks off the side, and then the clean shave around it. That looks great.
If you haven't seen Tombstone, watch Tombstone.
Yeah,
Check out the
that's the epitome of like the flavor saver mustache
Yes.
combo. I bypassed our "What are we wearing today?" thing.
Oh,
My
fuck.
apologies.
So we're ending the show.
We're gonna
with
end the
fit
show
check.
with the fit check,
Wow.
just to keep people on their toes
do
a little
that.
bit. I love your watch.
Thank you.
Where's that from?
It actually is the part of my outfit that means the most to me. It was my great grandma's, and it's Gucci.
Amazing.
And I just realized that on the way here, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna say something about this watch because I've had it since she passed a long time ago. My grandma gave it to me. She was like, this is like your like thing from her, and my whole family were like farm town, whatever artists. We're not like ritzy, and I had no idea that. And until today, I was like, oh, I wonder if I could say what brand. And I was like, oh, it's Gucci.
No
Can I
shit.
take?
And
I'm
I
gonna take
always,
a
like,
picture
laugh
of
at
it and
stuff.
show it on the
Yeah,
screen.
the band
It's
is amazing.
Stunning.
And then your jeans. Did you flip the band on the top?
Yes, I did.
Okay, go ahead. You can go ahead
It's-
and say what you're wearing the whole thing.
These so everything I buy is usually thrifted from Crossroads, Buffalo Exchange, Goodwill, Switched with Friends or something. That's where these jeans are from. They're like fun. I'm a big proponent of professional pajamas. That's if I ever started a clothing company, it would be called Professional Pajamas.
That's a good way. I like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
And this is kind of a good example of that. This is like a stretchy, fun leotard that I could work out in, and it's from Ross, Dress for Less. And then these pants, Crossroads. And this is the amulet from my great grandma. This is my mom's. And these shoes are from a different little thrift store in Culver City, I think.
What's funny is that her whole outfit's probably thrifted, and she probably has the most expensive outfit based off of the watch. Like,
I know.
You asked me a couple options before we started shooting. You'll ask me.
I was very insecure about
I love this sweater. Where's this from?
Thank you. Bottoms. I got the R13 kicks. Love these
Those
things.
are
Can't
sweet.
stop wearing them. Then I'm wearing my Andemühle pants. I have a lot
Love
to say about
Andemühles. I
Andemühle.
think it's great.
I love Andemühle, but Anne, I don't think Ludovic de Saint-Salin
Wow.
was de Saint-Salin was your top choice. I get what you're trying to do with the brand. Like Jill Sander was sort of copying you, and I see the future progress and like the design and the evolution of the brand, but it's not working. There's too much skin.
Save it for Fashion Week. Fashion Week's
Sorry,
coming.
yeah.
Fashion Week's coming.
Oh my god!
We're about to get into the fashion weeks of everything. We'll
And
break
then
it down.
on top, I have my Yoji Yamamoto sweater vest. Finally, I fucking wore a
Finally,
Yoji
yeah.
piece.
That's sweet.
looks great.
And then I got this from Target.
Your bracelet.
This is
The
Ugo
heavy
Cacciatore.
Cuban link right there, dude.
I
Sick.
love that.
Thank you very much. It's called his bush design, his bush link. It's like grapes and flowers and stuff.
Take a picture.
That's so cool.
Take a picture of that, and we'll
Little
put that out there.
sunflowers.
I'm wearing nothing crazy. Madewell, Wrangler, Tacovas. Madewell men's right now is crazy good. Going into the fall, they have really good stuff out there right now, so I couldn't propose them more. Like, go see Madewell.
Did you know you can trade in jeans there and get like money back or something?
Madewell?
You
Yeah,
get
you
a
can
$20
like bring,
gift card.
Yeah.
What?
Isn't that
Any
cool?
jeans?
Any
Yeah.
jeans.
What?
You just,
Yeah.
I thought it was Madewell jeans.
Any jeans, I think.
Madewell.
Well,
We're gonna send this to the
fuck,
Madewell
great.
people.
Yeah, oh shit. Okay, I
Let's
might be
get,
wrong.
Madewell, turn your jeans in, and then they'll be like, get the jeans out of here. You know, they're not Madewell. But yeah. So Emily, thank you so much for being on.
Thank
with
you for
us.
having me. That
We
was
learned
so
a ton.
fun. I learned a ton too.
Good. We're gonna have to hold you to coming on the show and doing
I
his-
fucking know.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
growing
in.
my
I'm
hair out
in.
for
Do
the
a whole
next
thing.
2 months.
Yeah.
Please do it, and then we'll do something super fun.
Yeah, we'll do a
Like,
whole
I'm excited.
we'll do a good award season episode with you
Okay.
when it comes down to it. Yeah.
That sounds super fun.
Thank you for being here. You were
Thank
great.
you so much.
Oh, real
for
quick,
having me.
I'm really bad at ending the show. The last time I saw you,
We are really bad at ending the show.
I am bad. I always compliment you on your tattoos because I asked for your art, the artist of who did your stuff.
That's right.
Because it's a single needle artist, and I love single needle tattoos. You want to shout them out real quick and even to show you what you have?
Yes.
So sick.
So let's see. This one, Donatella Asayugos. She has a studio in downtown LA. She used to work at like Clover or something, Lucky something on Sunset, but now
Yeah,
she has her
right.
own studio. She's epic.
Shamrock?
That's where
Shamrock Social Club. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
She did this jellyfish that swims, and then this kelp was someone from Argentina that was visiting. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. But yeah, both incredible artists.
Okay.
Donatella's amazing.
Awesome. Okay, show's over. Is that better? We'll just cut-
Yeah,
okay.
it's fine. Thank
Manly
you very
thing.
much. Oh,
Yeah,
come
welcome.
on, you say thank you one more time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, and welcome.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you for listening to Manly Things.
Sort of.